Well, we're into not 74, 84 Mercedes 300D. I have the fan bypassed because it's cold out. It's only 57 degrees outside. This is a vehicle that's had dead AC for many years. I think this is the 5th video. And you can see where the compressor cut off right here, and the high side was going up. This is the pressure, the high side went up. And then the compressor cut off, and you can see the low side where the low side went off when the compressor cut off. They join together. Low side goes up, high side comes down because compressor is off. Compressor kicks back on. I had the idle up at the time. I'm having a hard time getting a steady idle. So I got a just over 1,000, maybe 1,100 RPMs. 750 is idle, but if I try to get around 1,500, it keeps zipping up to 3,000, coming back down to below idle, and I just cannot get my foot to get it perfectly steady. I want it somewhere around 1,500 RPMs, but I can't get it. So I'm going to be happy with 1,100 RPMs. And I filled it up. Old system. You have to go see the other videos to see from the very beginning. This is owned by an old lady. It's in a body shop. You can see I'm doing a little repair right there. She's getting it repaired, and I'm gonna see. Hopefully it works and it doesn't leak. I haven't been able to find leaks. I would like to get her AC, but she doesn't have a properly operating. Her dash is not. The actuator's not operating properly. And so right now I only have cold air coming out of the side vents. Thank God I got it really hot, so we don't have a defective heater valves. These old Mercedes had a problem with defective heater valves, and sometimes you'd have heat coming through, and I don't have that. You can see a little bit of the condensation forming right there from the cold air going up. It goes down to 39 degrees. You can see a little condensation right here from the cold air right here hitting right here. Let's see what we look like over a period over a time. Okay, you could see at 1,100 RPMs that it's staying around 18, 17 PSI. Our high side's about 174. And remember that. Compare this to a new vehicle with a variable displacement compressor at 57 degrees outside. It would probably be somewhere around 100 PSI. Some vehicles, I think one I just released yesterday or the day before, a few days ago, it was around 58 degrees. And I think the low side pressure was 65 PSI. That was working just fine, and that was normal for that vehicle. Well, this is 174. So let's give this a little RPM so you can see how this reacts, because this is a R4 compressor, fixed displacement. I have the fan bypassed, so our high side will have a limit. And then I'll disconnect the fan and let you see how high it goes. So let's get back here. And let me try to give it a little RPMs without jiggle my foot a little bit. Come on, give me a little bit. See, I just barely touch it. It wants to take. Look at that sucker take off. I cannot get it. I just moved my foot in. And see, I got my foot still right now, and it just keeps on diving down. This is a Mercedes diesel thing that happens. I want 1,500. I would be so happy. I already took my foot off, but it keeps climbing. I'm pulling my foot back some more. And you can see, okay, I got it over 2,000. Can I keep it around 2,000? Now it wants to jump back to 3,000. You can see the compressor went off right here. See right there, the compressor, but it came back on. Nope, it's going down all the way. You can see the high side, the low side going up. There, the compressor just kicked back on. You could see it shoot up again. Let's look at the temperature. You could see the temperature dipped while we were just doing that. It dipped down to 38 degrees, 38 degrees. And you could see right there where the compressor went off and back on again really fast. You could see the pressure, the temperature falling back down. Outdoor temperature, 57 degrees. That's the temperature outside, 57 degrees. So we got a superheat of 31, subcooling of 30, 30, 31, 30, 31 on both sides. And you can see our idle is about 1,100. Now, I'm going to go outside and I'm going to disconnect the electric fan. So we're gonna go get to see how high this goes. It goes up to, I think, 220 or something like that without the fan. See how cold it's getting there. That's the electric fan. The electric fan is working. Let me disconnect it. Okay, I just disconnected the electric fan. You can see all the water forming on the suction line. I think the suction line gets down to 27 degrees or something like that. So now we have no electric fan. I have it totally disconnected. It will never re-engage because it never gets, that pressure never gets enough to engage it. So you can see we're already heading towards 200 PSI. Oh, Smothers Brothers has died. One of the Smothers Brothers. I got the radio on the background. 750, that's idle. And we're at 200 PSI on the high side, 21. So now let me give it a little RPMs. Let's see if I could get it back up there above 1,000. Because compressors were never meant to idle and work properly. Okay, there we go. Come on. Come on. There we go. Give me a little bit. Don't take off, you rat bastard. There we go. If I could hold it right there at about 1,100 RPMs, I'll be happy with that. That seems the only place I could hold it steady. After that, it wants to take off like a rocket. Now watch the high side. Oh, there it goes. It's taking off. I wonder if the... Boom, let's get it back down. I didn't do that. It just decided to do that. Okay, I got it holding right there. It went as high as 217. Let's see where our temperature is. So our temperature with no fan, our temperature is holding right around 40. It didn't go to 39, so it didn't cut off the compressor. Cuts off somewhere 38, 39 degrees, the compressor cuts off. If we look back at the suction line temperature, well, it's 50 degrees now. When it goes down to 12 PSI, that goes 30, 27, 32 degrees. Let me see if I could get the RPMs up without taking off to the moon. Come on. It makes it difficult to do videos when I have a car that doesn't want to allow me to control the idle. I'm trying to back off and hold it up there. Somewhere around 15, 2,000. Come on, give it to me. There we go. I got it. Oh, nope. There it goes. See, I have it steady, but it wants to take off. So I'm backing my foot off. Backing off my foot some more. I just can't get that thing to want to hold around. Compressor cut off. Compressor came back on. You could see it right there. What did our temperature do? Our temperature dipped down to 39.5 degrees, and that's where it kicked off. Actually, I got fog coming out of my mouth as I'm talking. It's so cold inside the car here that my breath is respirating. I got condensation coming out of my breath. Okay, remember, the fan, the auxiliary fan is not coming on. Let's see if I could get the RPMs up a little bit. And watch that low side. Let's see if I could keep the RPMs and the low side in focus. Get the RPMs up a little bit. You'll see it go down to 12 PSI. Nope, the compressor's gonna cut out. Oh, and I have the auxiliary fans not working anyway. 15 PSI. But for this vehicle, 12 PSI, 15 PSI, low side is normal. And with that thermal fan clutch and the pressure switch, it's not pressure switch, that is a thermal coupling switch on the receiver dryer liquid line that activates the fan. And it waits until it gets somewhere around 270 psi, what correlates with a certain temperature of the liquid, and then it closes the switch that is just touching through convection to pick up the heat of the receiver dryer to turn on the auxiliary fan. So I hope somebody learned something off of watching this old-fashioned fixed piston compressor. I'm calling fixed piston old-fashioned, Jesus Christ, ancient times. Fixed piston compressor using a thermally conductive temperature sensor attached to the receiver dryer to activate a switch that activates a relay that activates the auxiliary fan. We're just around 1100 RPMs. So I'm going to take snapshots of this. This all goes to the customer. So I come down here, hit create document. It's going to put everything together on one folder like this. And the customer gets this and all those snapshots of everything I just showed you. Every customer gets this. There's no reason why you shouldn't be doing this and all the other shops. Prove what you've done, not some guy. This is all using Bluetooth live while the vehicle's in operation. There's absolutely no reason every customer should be mandated to get something like this to prove what their car was doing. I mean, outdoor temperature, indoor temperature, I mean, just everything is covered here. There is no excuses for anybody lying, cheating, or fudging numbers. See you guys.